Hello, how are you? Today I've picked out 5 changes for you to start making right now to stop waking up at night to urinate. Many people go to bed early but wake up several times during the night to pee, to urinate. This disrupts their sleep, then they can't get back to sleep, end up with very shallow sleep, and wake up tired and stressed. It's important that we don't urinate at night. Our bodies weren't made to wake up several times a night to pee, to urinate. I'm going to give you some tips that you can start putting into practice today, and you'll already see results. Stay until the end because you won't want to miss this. Before we start, I want to ask you, how old are you, where are you from, and do you have the habit of waking up at night to urinate? How many times do you usually wake up? I'd love to know that. If you like these videos with practical tips to change those things that bother us so much in our daily lives, leave a like on the video so I know you enjoyed it, and bring more videos like this and share it. Share it with someone you know who wakes up many times at night to urinate and needs these tips right now. Let's expand this circle of good with you because that's what I want here on the channel. The first tip for you to pay attention to is not to eat foods with a lot of liquid in them at night, because I could just tell you not to drink water and you already won't drink water. If you're waking up many times during the night, you probably have already stopped drinking water after about 6 or 7 p.m., or at least you should have. But sometimes you don't realize that some foods you eat naturally contain a lot of water as well, like soup, for example, which has a large volume. There are people who prefer to have soup for dinner because it's easier to digest, but they forget about all the liquid that's hidden in the soup. Another thing is that some foods naturally have a high water content, like watermelon, melon, and cucumber. These foods already contain a lot of liquid, a lot of water hidden inside, even though they're solid. If you eat them in large quantities, they'll make you want to urinate more often. The second habit is having dinner very late, after 8 p.m., which you shouldn't do for your health anyway. There's a really good video about this. I'll leave it down below in the description. But on top of all that, if you tend to drink water during dinner at that time, because sometimes you don't stop to have a glass after dinner, but you have a late dinner and keep drinking water while eating. And if at that time you consume a lot of diuretic foods, for example, if you add a lot of parsley, or if you eat a lot of tomatoes, a lot of cucumbers, these foods are naturally diuretic and make us feel the urge to urinate more often. Especially if you have a little tea after dinner, and that tea is naturally diuretic, this can make you get up several times during the night to urinate. Some people say, I want to drink a diuretic tea to reduce bloating and for blood pressure. Never drink it after 4 p.m. because it can impact your sleep and this can disturb you. Another mistake that many people make is going to the bathroom, trying to urinate before bed just as a precaution. Sometimes the person doesn't even feel like urinating. They already went to the bathroom 10 minutes earlier, but they think, I'm going to lie down now, so I'll try to pee a little more just so I don't have to get up during the night. This ends up being counterproductive because it trains your bladder to hold less and less urine, so that's not good for you. Ideally, you should only go to the bathroom and try to urinate when you really feel the urge. If you're unsure, like I just went to the bathroom, is this psychological or not? Wait about 10 or 15 minutes and observe. And over time, your bladder will retrain itself to hold a larger volume again to retain more urine. So avoid going to the bathroom in little spurts all the time, just a little bit each time, because that can also be harmful. Another thing that can be harmful at night is if you sleep on your stomach. If you sleep face down, that can put pressure on your belly, your abdomen, and also this pelvic area, the lower part. And if you start producing more urine and keep putting pressure there, you might wake up needing to urinate. This issue of sleeping in the wrong position can also be complicated because, for example, if you sleep on the wrong side and you have reflux, you might wake up more often. This ends up reducing your production of vasopressin and melatonin, and it can make you wake up more times during the night, preventing that natural decrease in urine production at night, which normally happens physiologically. If you have sleep apnea, then it's terrible because you never really manage to sleep. You stay in that very light, not deep sleep, and you can't relax or have proper hormonal secretion. So remember that I have a playlist here on the channel talking more about sleep, about how to improve your night's rest so you can achieve that deeper sleep. This playlist has lifestyle tips, advice on how to change your bedroom, but also on healthy eating, which will help you. So I'll leave it down below in the description for you. And speaking of healthy eating, remember that I have some really cool resources here to help you with your diet. If you want to reduce inflammation, if you want to control your blood sugar, if you want to lose weight in a healthy way, check out the playlists below. There are also many recipes and scientific tips. I'll leave all the links for you down below in the description. Another important thing is to pay attention to the temperature of our bedroom because the body needs to be cooler to properly produce vasopressin and melatonin, which is the sleep hormone. So when we're too hot, when we're wearing clothes that are too stuffy and don't breathe well, our body can't lower its temperature, which normally happens during the night. And this hormonal production ends up being hindered. If it's summer and it's hard to sleep, then it's even worse. You might notice that in the summer you wake up more often to urinate. Does this happen to you? So ideally, in these situations, you should at least try to have a fan in the room. I know that sometimes air conditioning isn't possible because of the cost, but if you can buy one and, well, also handle the electricity bill, it can be a good option. If not, use a fan, open the windows, let some fresh air in, use more natural bedding, like cotton for example, which is cooler, and also wear lighter and more comfortable clothes, so you can have a more peaceful night's sleep and lower your body temperature, which is important. Tell me down below then, which of these tips are you going to start putting into practice today? Were you already doing any of these things without realizing it? Let me know in the comments. Remember to like the video, that really helps me, and share it too, with people who will enjoy it, with those who need it. Let's grow this chain of good, because that's what I want here on the channel. See you next time. Bye.